We do not have that access.
Joining the conversation this morning, Kingsview Asset Management Chief Investment Officer and Fox News contributor Scott Martin is here. Fox Business's Dagan McDowell and National Taxpayers Union Senior Fellow, Forward Strategies President Mattie Duppler. Great to see everybody this morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
And thank you for the Valentine's Day.
Yes, there's candy on the desk, courtesy of moi. It's the best I could find, so I hope it's good.
Thank you so much for that. This story on Huawei really gets bigger and bigger. And yesterday we did have Andy Purdy on. I asked him specifically about this, the fact that they had to settle all these cases because they stole intellectual property.
Over and over again, Maria. And you've been on top of Mr. Purdy nonstop for the last, say, couple of years on this, and he keeps denying it, though, doesn't he? He keeps saying, no, there's no backdoor. And then even in the interview, did you see how he kind of cheekily said, oh, well, this is great that we found this out. Also, I will note that besides the fact that they've ripped off so many trade secrets, there's also lying to federal investigators as a little cherry on top to that whole investigation. So there you go. These guys are bad all around.
Well, because the Trump administration has been so explicit about its concerns with China, I think a lot of people think that this is a recent problem with Huawei. It's not. It's not happened over the past 15 years or so, where companies have consistently come forward alleging that they have a problem with this company stealing their technology. And now we have the U.S. government finally acceding to those allegations.
You know, when you look at what has taken place, you look at what Huawei is. This is a compilation of assets from Nortel Networks, Canadian company. So even that, look, you know, I don't see this happening and taking hold across the world because, look, you know, Europe is still having Huawei infrastructure there. So they're not necessarily buying into what the U.S. has said. So we'll follow that, obviously.
This puts pressure on the United Kingdom, certainly, which agreed to a deal with using Huawei technology recently, despite the protestations from Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and others. But these are, because this is related to individual charges from companies, allegations that we've known about for years that you've talked about on this program. This involves major U.S. companies, including T-Mobile, Motorola, which you specifically talked about, and then Cisco.
Absolutely.
These are made. And by the way, I know for a fact that the Chinese government essentially spies on the CEOs and the executives at these companies. They can't go anywhere or say anything without being tracked by the communist government.
You're absolutely right. You know, yesterday I was with one executive who has had a business in China for a long time, and I said to him, do you think Huawei can spy on everybody in America even without the Huawei equipment? He said, yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Let me get to Attorney General William Barr hitting back yesterday.